dressed and I'm laying there. I'm thinking I can lay down a while because Marcia will come down when she's done and ready to go. And it's 7:40.
Uh-oh.
It's 7:45.
Uh-oh.
7:50. 7:55.
No Marcia?
It's 8 o'clock. I'm starting to panic now. And I thought, well, she'll be ready. I know she's got to be a person that is always on time.
Mm-hmm.
A girl like her is always on time. And if she's not on time, she's going to lie and say that's not the right time. But 8:05, still no Marcia. We're supposed to be there at 8:15.
Uh-oh.
So I walk over to the steps and I say, Marcia? And she goes, what? Said, it's 8:05. She goes, so? We don't have to be there till 9:15. I said, you told me 8:15 yesterday. She said, did I? Shit. She goes, I gotta hurry up. I'm hearing this. She's like running around upstairs, and I stayed clear of that. I just went back to my room and said, she's gonna do what she has to do. And she's coming down, and she's like, oh, that was probably the quickest she's ever put her stuff together, because this was a shoot day, so she had to have her clothes and everything ready. So she comes down, and I had all my clothes in the truck anyway, because I figured, I don't know how my shoot date or time was 12:30, but I had to go there because of these books. They promised us that they would teach us how to put these books together. So she was down in 90 seconds. She was down really quick, I could tell you that. So we get in the car and we drive, and we drove as fast as I could drive, with the roads being 2 lane. I mean, 1 lane each way. And we got there at like 8:20. Now Ryan, keep on mind, Ryan is a very exact person.
Yes.
And I was just hearing in my head, well, you were supposed to be here at,
5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago. You wasted a lot of my time. And I thought, oh, we're gonna be destroyed. And I thought, I could be a man and just say, it's my fault. And all the way over, I was thinking, am I gonna do that?
No.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna take the blame. But as we walked in the room, Ryan's like running around like his chicken with the head cut off. He didn't even notice that we were late.
No rooster in the hen house?
No rooster in anything. So, okay. I gotta close this so I can see make sure I'm not missing anything that she's putting up there. He didn't even say anything. And he goes, well, what are you doing? And then we're here to do our books. And he goes, when are we supposed to do them? Now? Oh, all right. And just go over here and give me your stuff. And then he's running around doing his own thing, and we get our pictures out, and he takes a look at them, and he goes, I have an eye for this stuff. I know I know what to do with it, and well, can you teach us? No. it's sometimes I can't explain it. It's just real important that to be in the right order and everything. And one time, this one boy couldn't get any work, and no matter what they did to him, he couldn't get any work. And I said, well, let me look at his portfolio, and it was awful. And so anyway, so we give him our pictures, and he's like throwing them in different piles and stuff, and Marcia had like 6 different piles and stuff, and I only had like maybe 3 piles, yes, no, and maybe. She had like a lot more pictures, but anyway, so mine is done, but it's not done because I had mine made at where did I get it made? At CVS, because I took too long to get them made, and I knew that I wasn't going to get them in time, so I just made them. The problem is that CVS doesn't have 9x12s, right. So I have an 8.5x12, which means it's not right. But the thing is, I couldn't show up with no pictures, and I figured I'd show up with the pictures I figured were the right ones, and reprint them so I can get the right pictures.
Yeah, she said she had yes, no, and maybe.
Yeah, it was just he had this stuff that he couldn't explain why he was using particular ones. This is the first picture that they. Where's my camera? There it is. The first picture that it's not really translating well. That picture's got to be this way, so that But I'm going to get them reprinted at the right size. This is the second picture. I can't. Got to figure out a way to do this. Should have thought this through. Oh, there it works. There's the third picture.
I freaking had mine printed at stupid Office Depot. Also wrong.
Yeah, mine were too small. Hers were too big. Hers were like huge pictures that she has to cut the things off of. Plus, they were not the right resolution for some. I guess not resolution. They weren't the right things. And I got to get them printed on matte finish. Like these are all glossy, which is why they're reflecting. There's another picture, and I don't have a lot of them because I only had 2 photo shoots, and you can really only get a couple of pictures out of each one because you don't want to overdo that. So there's one with me in the Mike Trash jacket, another one of me in the Mike Trash jacket, and the business card. That's the business card one, I think. And let's see here. Then we got this Mike Trash, which is the picture on my profile. Then we got this Mike Trash, which is awfully handsome guy.
I love that one.
Then we got this guy, which I didn't think he would pick this one, but he actually picked. Let's see here. I'm trying to. There it is. And then we have this one, which I did. It looks pretty cool, and I think it's the only ones I have. But out of this photo shoot we just did, I don't know how I'm going to choose. There's so many good ones that I like, and it's going to be interesting to see. I got to narrow it down, so I might actually do a vote in the chat room and in between you guys and stuff.
Do it as a poll on Facebook.
Yeah, something. Well, the problem is that there's so many to go through. It's got to be narrowed down to a certain number before I could do that. So she had 38 images to choose from, but had 5 or 6 shoots. Yeah, she had I'm only up to 3. These are out of 2 shoots. So next time it's going to be tougher because this shoot here I got a lot of good pictures, and I hope you narrow it down, husband. She's one of the people that helped me narrow it down to those, because I had Christine, my sister, and her helping me narrow it down, because you get so many pictures, and sometimes they'll be the same, almost the same picture, except you might have moved your hands, or you might have done something, or because they're taking pictures pretty quick. When they're really. They're quick.
Button happy.
Well, they're good at what they do.
Yeah.
They really know what they're doing. This photographer I had this time, I can't believe how many good pictures that we got.
Did it bring back memories?
No.
You mean I was never that bad?
No. Well, first off, they're professionals. And second off, I'm getting better at this. I'm starting to...
Yes, but I'm saying, remember when I took all those wrestling pictures and you'd be like, can't you slow it down?
This is worse because yours I could figure this one was blurry so I can get rid of this, or this one something, but these guys they know how to use their equipment, and so they did a really good job, and but I felt like I was swimming. This photo shoot was the longest photo shoot ever because it was so hot and I was so sweaty, and it was horrible. I mean, it was good, but it was horrible. The first set of pictures I did was out by the Prius. Was out by the car. Let me see. I'll switch this over. I'm not going to show you a lot of these pictures just because it takes up too much time. But I'm going to try to show you.
How could you insult your car like that?
Why is this not working? Come on, mouse. There you are. Okay. So
she goes, keep in mind there are certain specific things that you are looking for in the images for these portfolio books. We're starting to get a little knowledge of what an agent casting director is looking for.
That is correct. Exactly what she said is exactly correct. Now, if you can, I'm not gonna make you look at these little pictures, but these are some of the ones that I did. One of them I did. One of my scenes was all black and white, and there's a reason for that. It was in a dark room. I had it. Well, I'll get to that story because that's a funny story. So
this was the most challenging, grueling photo shoot to date.
I would say yes, and I liked it because it challenged me to be better. But I hope this all worked. Oh, it did work. Okay, good. All right. So I'll give you a couple quick images here of each one. And it says my storage is 91%, so I got to either come up with another storage solution or pay them. There I am, next to the beautiful car.
The Prius.
Yeah, the Prius.
Oh, don't insult the car like that.
I didn't.
I liked a lot of these pictures. They they looked like me.
Yeah.
And they were
Your
more...
eyes were closed on that one.
Yeah, well, they were taking pictures really quickly. They were taking a lot of pictures and a lot of quickly. Why did they put you in a dark room, Mike? I'll explain that. But this is... I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
I like that one. You know, showed that my car was ready to take off too. I put the wings up. I like that one. And they got me in mid-sentence when I was talking too. There was one, I want to get ahead here. I look like a used car salesman.
Yeah.
How much would you pay for this car? That one I liked.
She says your photos really captured your essence.
Yes, yes, they did. I really am happy with the pictures.
Where's your Speedos so you can lay across the hood?
I was laying across the hood.
Not in your Speedos, you weren't.
And here's the funny thing. So I parked back here, and after the photo shoot was over, I parked the car back around the trees, and then later on, yes. How'd you guess that? I didn't even think about that because it was so hot. I wouldn't think that the birds would be out. I would have thought they would have been in the air conditioning where I wasn't. Okay, that, and then I'll go on to the next thing here. I had a bunch of pictures that weren't of the car. I know it's hard to believe. See if it's somewhere around here.
Well, I know right after you got the car, the one picture that you took, we were in your mom's driveway. And you had the back door open, and I was sitting back there that you said you really liked. You know, it was like right after you got it.
So at this point, I still didn't get it yet. I still didn't really have what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew that they weren't. I wanted to make sure they were better than the last photo shoot, and they were. They turned out much better. In fact, I didn't realize they were this good at this point, but they got better with the next scene that I had to do, that I wanted to do. Wait a minute, I want to see if I have a pen somewhere around here. Oh, there's the heart picture.
Aww.
Okay, I put that there, and
just for us, right?
That's right, for all of my fans. So I'll go to the second set. That's the set where I danced. Yes, I danced. Believe it or not, I danced, and I really liked how it came out.
Yeah, and I'm the only one that has seen you dance.
That's right. That's.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You tell me. So, and I'm sitting here thinking there's got to be something I can do that's a little different. And I started experimenting with things, and I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I told the photographer, I don't like these as I show too much of my stomach there. But I do like these.
Mm-hmm.
But after these, I came up with what I wanted to do, and you'll recognize what I did when I get to it. Wait for it. And here is the beginning of, well, eventually, the dance. You're going to see it here in a second as I get to it. There I am. Oop, there it is.
Texas two-step.
No, it's called the Tennessee Strut.
Yeah,
that's right. I started doing the Tennessee Strut, and that's where I started. But not only did I do the Tennessee Strut, I did a turn. And then I started pretending I was on stage and started doing the things I did when I played. the way I would dance, thrust my hips and stuff like that. And I started having fun with it. I said, you know,
go shake, shake, shake your booty.
You know, I finally decided that that fuck them. I don't care if anybody laughs or not. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's what I ended up doing. Because, like, I decided I was going to... Now, with this one, I should have done it...
That was your Uncle Sam. I want you.
Well, the thing is, I changed the... when I put my hand up, I put the wrong hand up because of where the photographer was. So then I switched it. And I started dancing. And that's it. And I really liked the attitude that I got out of this.
What, were you doing the Family Feud strike like this?
This is like what if I had a microphone in the other hand, this is what I would have been doing. I would have been pointing at somebody or doing something or playing or singing and like there. You know I'm dancing there.
Yeah.
And so I definitely... Now I got to be careful showing this to my work wife because she's going to expect me to take her dancing now, so I got to be careful.
Oh, trust me, I've seen him really dance.
I was good. I still was. I still have it. In fact, I have it better now. And this is the point where I got it, where I actually think I got it. I understand now. Because the first time I did one of these photo shoots, I was like, what do I do? I thought the photographer would direct me. They don't.
No.
And so you got to actually think for yourself, what are you going to do? And I watch videos, and I'm like, I don't remember. I mean, this is better than the videos that I've watched. This shows me. This is me. This is the way I am. And it came out really, really good. I was really happy with it. You know, oh, look, it's my Michael Jackson grabbing my crotch. I'm an evangelist.
You're something.
I said, people, give me your money. Anyway, but anyway, it was a good time. I was strutting my stuff, and I had to, you know, hold all the women back.
All the hens in the hen house?
All the hens in the hen house, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure none of them saw it, because none of them teased me at all, so I know they didn't see it. But, you know, you just kind of just do things, and now you know what's coming up next, right? My hands are coming together. There it is. So, but I mean, there's a bunch more pictures. Now, you want to know about the black and white pictures, right? I've got other pictures, another set where the next set is, I'm not going to show you the next set because the next set's just me dressed in a suit and stuff. This is the next set, the black and white pictures. So you may be wondering why black and white. Okay, here's the problem. That room is real dark, so they can't do the color because my colors would all come out wrong. So we did them in black and white. I got special, okay, so Ryan comes to me and says, all right, how many shoots you got left? And I said, well, I got one. He goes, and I suppose you're going to do that gimmick thing. And I said, yeah. He goes, all right. And what's that? I said, that's a guitar. And what are you going to do with that? I said, I want to bring that in the pictures with me. If you must.
He really doesn't like you, does he?
No, he hates the gimmick. He hates the gimmick pictures. So I said, okay, I got his approval, so now we're okay, except he didn't know the rest of it. So I put my stuff on, and I grabbed my stuff, but I grabbed the guitar and two other things that he did not see, and that's one of them, the clapboard. Mm-hmm. He did not see that. So I took the clapboard, and I took the guitar and the one other thing, and I went out to the studio, and I thought, wait a minute, they have a recording studio in here. So I went up to him, I said, hey Ryan, do you think we could take the pictures in the recording studio? I don't know. You have to ask Michael. He's the head of VIP. So I said, okay, I'll ask him. And I went to him and I said, Michael, do you think we could get the recording studio to do my pictures? He said, I'll check. That sounds like a good idea. Michael's really cool. He likes everything. He keeps telling everybody I'm from WWE, which I never, just for the record, I've never said it myself. I am not from WWE. I only did the independents, but 16 states. So anyway, so we find Michael. I ask him. Michael goes out, and he comes back, and he says, you're all set.
Nice.
Awesome. So I go into the studio, and the studio is pretty nice, as you can kind of see there, but you'll see more. Whoops. You'll see more.
Yeah, she says Ryan does not do gimmicks at all.
Right. Ryan hates gimmicks. So I got to find the right... I want to make sure I don't miss any. Okay. So I take the clapper, and I'm in the studio. You can see the studio. So here's the studio pictures. These are awesome. So I did the clapper, and had fun with it. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I'm in a studio. I got to do some cool stuff. So we did some cool stuff.
Michael
Like
likes
this.
thinking outside of the box, be innovative and original. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. So I, as you see, I'm using I hope I didn't mess up their mixer, but I touched the board and started messing with the board, and I had fun with it. It was like, that was not part of my original plan, but it just seemed to fit in. And now, there's the guitar. Now, I'm going to play this a little faster than I normally would for a reason, and I want you to watch it. Looks like I'm playing guitar.
Hero.
And, no, guitar.
Hero.
This is the way a real guitarist does, the faces and stuff of a real guitarist. I know, I've been with enough of them. I was going down, I was going up. You want the real me? This is the real me. Because I am never happier than I am when I'm with music. You like it?
Yeah.
They're pretty cool, huh?
Uh-huh.
This came out so much better than I imagined. And I just loved it. It was just awesome, and it made me want to play music again. Because and then he went at the other side of my
Voice
vest.
of the Indies.
Hey, I'm an indie guy. He wanted it, he got it. Now some of those you would think I was having an orgasm.
That one, it looks like you're trying to... Never mind.
Then I brought the bullhorn. Yes.
Oh, God, the megaphone.
This was hilarious. So I did the megaphone gimmick.
Oh, my goodness.
Now the punchline to this is coming up, okay?
Oh, my gosh. Can you hear me now?
Cheating on me, I should know. I've been through enough of them. Well, at least I'm cheating on you with something that is, like, not real.
An inanimate object?
Yeah. But I love that picture there.
Yeah.
They
Was
said,
the light really bright in there?
no.
Because you said it was dark, but yet you're wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I always wear sunglasses when I play.
Who do you think you are, Corey Hart?
I do. I wear my sunglasses at night. So anyway, those pictures are what I ended up with in the studio. And then we did headshots the next day. We did headshots on Sunday. So we were wrapping it up here, and I had to... I don't think I did mean faces in this one. I might have. I looked confused.
You look shocked.
That was confusion from all the heat. All right, that was the last one. Now, so I take the stuff back, and Ryan says, "Well, are you done?" I said, "Yeah, we just finished up." And he goes, "Okay, get your stuff out of the dressing room, and you're free then." And so I get all my stuff out of the dressing room, and he looks down at the seat, the chair next to me. He goes, "What are those?" I said, "Well, that's the clapper thing, and that other thing is a megaphone." "Did you use those in your shoot?" I said, "Yeah, isn't it cool?" I knew he didn't like it. I knew he didn't approve on it. And it was just funny because, I knew before I even asked him he didn't like it. But I figured this is the last Mike Trash thing for a while, because the next couple shoots I'm going to try to concentrate, because I don't need a lot of Mike Trash stuff, but now that I have some Mike Trash stuff, I can fill my book up in the right way, and because I'm going to do a resume that's going to be totally music oriented,
Okay.
and I'm going to do a resume that's totally acting oriented, so that I can keep them separate. But it came out
Keep
pretty
them
good.
separated.
Yeah, keep them separated. I talked here. It's 9:00 after 9,
I know.
and really I can keep going for another hour and a half yet, probably. But anyway, so now you got to see that. What else do I have?
Ryan was a good sport about it, so kudos to him.
Yeah, he was. He actually treated me pretty good this time. He was good. I thought he didn't like me. I was pretty sure he didn't like me after the last shoot, and he seemed to have warmed up. Now he had office hours a couple times, and I showed up for his office hours and stuff, and I asked him questions, and I've tried to be cool about everything because I mean he. I think it's a lot of the fact that he doesn't like the gimmick stuff, but I think he's getting why I want the gimmick stuff. So I was kind of happy about that. But anyway, okay. So now the question. Okay, so now we left there, and the girls go. Well, actually, Marcia comes up to me and says, "Hey,
Rue."
She goes, "Hey, do you want to go out with us? We're going to go out to eat." I said, "Where are you going?" She goes, "Mexican." I said, "No." I don't want to do Mexican. I don't eat Mexican. She goes, "Oh, come on, come along with me. Come along, come on." I said, "No, I don't want to go." So I don't know if maybe it wasn't her that said it. It might have been Maggie that said it. But anyway, I said, "No, I really am not. I don't really like Mexican." And so after a while, they thought, well, he's not going to go. So, and I'm walking back, and I'm thinking, okay. Galinsky would tell me, never say no. Don't say no. And that's running through my head. And I'm thinking, I'm going to have to do something I don't want to do. And I thought, but I want to get something out of it. So I called Maggie over, and I said, look, I'll go out to eat with you guys if I get my way on one thing.
Oh, no.
She goes, what's that? She goes, you don't have to go. I said, no. I should go. I should be a team player. I stood up for you
and got them to change their minds about Mexican food.
Yeah, it was funny because I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that. But anyway, so I come back and I'm talking to Maggie and I said, look, I'll do it on one condition. She goes, what's that? I get to shower first. And if any of you want to join me, that's another thing. We can talk about that. But I just got to shower first because I was drenched. I was so tired of being so drenched, so moist, if you will.
See, now those pictures don't look like... It doesn't look
Believe
like...
Believe me, the reason is because my whole body is drenched. Behave yourself, Mike. Why should I behave? She's my wife.
Tina, if you know Mike, he doesn't know the word behave.
What is a have anyway, and why would I have to be one? That's my only question there. But yeah, it was just fun. It was, but anyway, so I said to him, okay, I'm going, and so we went out to the Mexican place, and I lost my readers somewhere along the way. So I'm looking at the menu and I can't read it.
You should do what I do and buy extra pairs and keep them.
I have a bunch of extra. I have a pair that's that big that folds out telescopically that's in my pocket most of the time, but I don't know where I put them. I put them.
Do you not like Mexican, Michael?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I don't mind Mexicans.
No.
But Mexican food, no. And I don't know what any of that stuff is, but I know that most of them have peppers, and I can't stand peppers. And if it don't have peppers, it has tomatoes.
Stay with tacos.
And the tacos I had, I don't know, didn't like them. Anyway, hey husband, I gotta run. Make sure you're accurate with the rest of the stories. Good, she's gonna run. That means I can enhance the stories quite a bit. So I had all of the girls in my bed, and
I don't believe that.
Marcia, we'll be checking up with you on this to make sure.
Now we all had I'm gonna cap this off with a few things, but my summary is gonna be interesting, I think.
Way to go, Rockstar. So proud of you from this last week in massive growth.
That's kind of what I want to talk about. But anyway, so we all went. They all had good food. I had really sucky food. I think they sabotaged my food back in the back because they didn't like me. But yeah, it wasn't nothing to write home about. There was nothing. I couldn't they had good Diet Coke. What? What'd she say now?
When she says, "Don't worry," when Ashley said we'll follow up with her, she says, "Yeah, follow up at 1-888-HOT-BABE."
No, it's not. That's not right. It's 1-800-HOT-BABES with a Z on the end. So that's where that picture. Oh, you said where's that picture from? Thank you for reminding me. So this picture is from the restaurant.
The Mexican.
And look who happens to be putting bunny ears up on me. My work wife. Everybody else is behaving. I think that is being a have. And this is Tina. This is Megan. This is Maggie. This is Andy. I can't remember if that's Marcel or if that's. I think it's Marcel. That I can't. Her name is. Where's my phone? I always gotta see her name before I say her name, because her name is
Foreign.
Yes, but she's a really sweet girl. Prothusha, I think it is.
Nice meeting you, Martha.
Nice
there
meeting
is.
you, Martha.
Have a good night.
Prothusha is her name, and Maurice is the one, and then the other one is Leslie. Oh, the first one's okay. So he's Leslie, and this is Marcel. Or Maurice. That's Prothusha. So these are my roommates. These ones here.
Your angels.
Yes, my angels, and but it was.
They're the hens in your hen house.
They're the hens in the hen house. Yes, but anyway, we all had a good time, and I really can't say anything bad about them because she's here.
No, she's leaving.
Well, I don't know if she left yet or not. She could be hanging around to see if I say it because I think she left. But no, it was really fun. It was. I know this is going to sound weird, but I actually grew a lot this weekend. I have never been a people person like that, and I'm not a guy that goes out and hangs out with a lot of people because that's not my gig. But then, let me tell you the difference, though. There's a difference here. I think I understand now the tribe thing. Okay? Before, Pam was my tribe, and you were my tribe, and there were a couple other people that may have fit into that category, but there really weren't that many people.
Bye, guys from Cade, a.k.a. Marcia's son.
Oh, hey, Cade. I met him. He's a nice kid. He's I think he's 14, and he's a really nice kid. Actually, he's smart, smart as can be. But anyway, so I've always been a loner. Right. I mean, when I grew up, I didn't get along with anybody. Well, they didn't get along with me. I don't know. I didn't have that many friends. When I went to college, I had a very small inner circle. I had like 4 or 5 people that were my friends, and when I went into the music business, my bandmates were my friends, but it consisted of usually 4 or 5 people, and then when Ken and I went solo, went as just us, we were 2 people, and there weren't that many people that I'd hang out with, and when I worked, I didn't really have any friends at work.
Right.
So I really kept a tight circle. So I got used to being alone, and these trips I've only gone alone. I've never really been. The idea of rooming with someone.
Tina says, "No, Mike, you a loner can't be."
Sounds like we're talking to Yoda. But the thing is, I always felt that's how I had to be. I always felt I couldn't trust people. Okay, I trust Doc Diamond. I trust there's people, but I don't hang out with Doc Diamond except when there were events. Mostly because we aren't exactly next door to each other.
Right.
But he and I had some pretty deep conversations, and we've always talked and always got along, and he got me in the Independent Professional Hall of Fame, which was really awesome, and I feel very honored by that. But, close friends, people I would call up, There aren't that many. I don't think I don't call anybody. If they don't call me, I don't talk to them. And it's probably because my self-esteem is that why would they want to hear from me? Because I was always taught that. My brother always beat me down within an inch of my life that no one would care about anything I had to say.
Now you know better.
And so it's a little different now. And of course, the strange irony is that I have a radio show on every week, and who wants to hear what I have to say? But
I get zeros, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
And he doesn't get any because he hasn't raised his hand. So everyone else is raising their hand.
He looks very tired.
No, forget it now. I don't want your pity raised.
I'll raise 2 hands.
Okay, you get his zeros.
I lost zeros in the beginning. What's the difference now? All right.
But anyway,
I've been here the longest.
Well, yeah, but you only raised one hand. It's too late now. She already raised it. Now all the zeros have been taken. Anyway, I felt that...
I'm the most
loyal.
Raise
your hand if you're sure. Come on, raise your hand.
I'm the most loyal.
Are you?
Cheyenne.
Are you?
Yes.
Cheyenne raised her hand.
She always gets all the zeros. But I never really felt that I was appreciated for anything, and I
Tina
never felt
says
that...
You're always welcome to visit. Doc says good things about you, Mike. You're a good guy. Doc thinks of you as his brother always.
And I think of him as my brother, too. He's one of the few people in this business that has remained talking to me. I don't even talk to Cage.
Yeah.
Or Rob or any of those guys. None of those guys ever reach out to me. And at least, they've never come in my radio show. If I had a friend who had a radio show, I'd listen to it no matter how bad it was. At least once or twice, here and there. But there really aren't that many people that I found that maybe I deserve that because I've been a heel for so long. Where is her treats?
Well, I don't know what she did with them.
Maybe she stole she may have stole them. I don't put it past her.
Did you steal them?
She may have. They're missing. They're actually not here. I don't know where they're at.
You didn't bring them down.
No, I have that bottle of them wherever they're at.
Did you take them upstairs?
No. Anyway, so the way I look at it was that I was always believing because people always kept telling me my opinions don't matter and that I'm not worth anything, so I believed them.
They're not here,
and so now I have people that not only like me but want to be around me. I'm not. You're excluded. You're excluded.
I know
okay.
That.
I'm just saying. They're few and far between at this point because my inner circle is so tight. There are very few people that I would trust or have around me.
Right.
You're one of the few people that come into my house that is allowed and wants to, and that's all 3 of you, by the way. Don't think that you're excluded.
No, get it right. They're only allowed because of me.
No, she's Trash's babe because of her.
Thank you.
And he's your groupie.
And he's the groupie.
Okay.
So, but I mean, the thing is, what I'm saying is that now I have 5 women that wanted me to be a roommate. They asked me. Okay, so back up a second. Let's find out how I got 5 women. Originally, it was Marcia was asking for roommates. Now, I wasn't going to say anything because...
Tina says you're a part of the family, Mike and Trish. We love you all. Hugs and kisses.
Well, I appreciate that.
We love you guys, too.
I appreciate that. So Marcia was looking for a roommate, and I figured one of the women would say, we'll do it. She didn't get a roommate. And I said to her, not to be forward, but I was going to offer you, but I only had one. I had already booked my room. I only had one bed, and I didn't think it was a good thing. And maybe on a future one, we can get an Airbnb with 2 bedrooms. That's how it started. And the event was coming up, and I didn't hear from her. So I thought, well, she found, and I'm okay with that because I'm a loner anyway, so it's no big deal to me, and I need my privacy. So came down and I contacted her. I said, hey, the event's coming up like in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it was. I said, are you interested in the Airbnb thing? Because if not, I want to book my flight and or book my room and stuff. She said, yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I said, okay. And then time goes on, and like I still don't hear anything from her. I'm thinking, I gotta book my room here soon. So, I go back to her and I said, what are we doing? And she goes, oh, well, you're gonna love me. I said, why's that? She goes, we're gonna be, you're gonna be rooming with 5 beautiful women.
And that's exactly the look. His jaw dropped.
And I was like, what? What are you talking about? He goes, well, or she goes, well, you know, I already got our people that we're going to be going with. I thought, why is she doing this to me? I can't. Anxiety started building up. Like I can't be around people that long. I mean, when I'm with them at an event, that's one thing because I can hide. I can leave and go wherever I want to go. And now you're talking about 5 women. I'm like, there's not 5 women on this planet that would sleep in my rented place. Or our rented place, or whatever. There's not 5 women in this world that would be in the same place with me that long. And I'm thinking, there's got to be there's a joke here somewhere. And I said, you sure of this? And she said, yeah, it'll be great. And I thought about it for a couple of days, and I said, I don't think I'm going to like that. I think I'm going to bow out. I'm going to bow out, and I'm going to get my own place. And I got a hold of her, and I said, I don't have a problem bowing out. You guys can, you have the 5 women. You'd be okay with that. She goes, no. We want you. I'm like, no. This is not. This is like a fantasy thing, kind of. But like, it could be just the opposite. It could be crazy because 5 women, and I'm thinking. Then I asked the question, who are the women? Because there are a couple women that I've talked there. I've like Tina was the one that I've had some conversations with her. She's had some trauma issues, and I talked to her, and I related to her some of the stuff that have been happening to me, and then she says Megan. I thought, isn't that the girl that's 4'9" and like looks like she's 16, and she is like 25 or something like that. And I thought, there's no way a girl like that would want to be in the same area. What are you doing there? What are you doing with that girl?
She's trying to get attention to get treats.
And then she said, Andy. I said, I don't know who that is. And then she said Maggie. I couldn't put a face to it, but I apparently had talked to Andy on one of the Zoom calls, and I didn't remember her. And then did I talk to? See, is that all of them? Andy. That's 4. I'm missing somebody. No, 5. Yeah, I did cover them all. I kept saying, this doesn't sound like, this sounds weird. And I thought, maybe this is a horror movie. Like, I'll go in there and all, like, stab me to death or something. I'm having all these scenarios running through my head. And I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to get, I'm like freaking out because I'm like thinking, there's no way. I've never been in a house with 5 girls before. And I'm thinking, what's going to happen? I mean, this was the best weekend I've had
in a long time.
And I've made some really strong friendships with all these women, and some of the men I'm bonding with too. I'm like, this has been really cool because the inner circle especially are getting along great, but I'm building friendships and relationships. I've always believed in building relationships because I was in sales for so long.
Right.
But I'm building not just business relationships, but relationships, all the whole thing. And I'm thinking, wow, this is how the other half lives, because I've never had friends on this level. And so it's kind of scary, but I deserve friends.
Yeah, of course.
And they're from all over the world, all over the country. I should say all over the country. And the thing is about this is I don't want it to sound too weird, but the thing about this is that
you're branching out. You're evolving into.
Okay, I've been in entertainment probably longer than most of them,
yes,
in one way or another, either through music or through wrestling, or through music and wrestling and the radio show. And all of my teachers so far, all my mentors so far, have seen that. Have seen that I'm doing pretty good, and better than a lot of people are doing. So.
That's right, Tina. Sometimes you need spice in your life, Mike.
Well, I got all brands of spice here. I guarantee you that. I got younger spice. I got mature spice. I've got Latino spice. I've got I got all spices. It's pretty interesting, and it's funny because I think a lot of those people have adopted me as this is going to sound really obnoxious. They've adopted me as their leader, and I'm saying the group, not just my group. I'm talking the VIP group of people. When I'm on calls, a lot of the guys, the speakers, the one JJ Villar, remembered me, and I never even spoke during that thing. But remembered me, and I remembered him. I couldn't remember where I remembered him from, and he couldn't remember where he remembered me from. And somebody said the Zoom call, and I said, "That's him." And I never spoke on that, but he remembered me. And Mark Schoenfeld, who is the pitchman of Hollywood, I did have interactions with him earlier this year, and he remembers me. And I've talked to some of these people on Zoom calls, and some of these people I haven't talked to, but I think a lot of them think I'm further along than I really am, or maybe I'm further along than I believe I am.
Well, you have that confidence about you, no matter what you do.
Well, I have the confidence of my philosophy is pretty simple.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Well, it's sort of like that, but it's really my confidence is fake it till you make it. You can't show in wrestling. You can't show any fear.
Right.
Even in the ring, you can't show any fear of who you meet, and people will test you to see if you're real or not, and you can't back down from. You weren't around when I had the fight with Rob Noxious.
No.
His people were very loyal. And one of his guys came after me. And we were about to go blow to blow. And I know he could have beat the crap out of me. But I wasn't going down without a fight because I knew where his injuries were, because he would always complain about them.
Right.
And I had a microphone stand, and I was going to take him out if I had to. But he was threatening me, and he was threatening to beat me up. And I thought, I'm going to go down fighting. But you can't back down.
Right.
So you have to fake it till you make it in that business. And I always, whenever someone would tell me I can't do it, I would go ahead and do it. And when I was told I can't go to college at 16, what did I do? I went to college at 16. When I was told I couldn't play in a band because I sucked, I started a band.
Right. I mean,
and when I was
saying that.
Every time someone told me I can't do it, I did it anyway. And the funny thing is, when I don't know if I ever said this on the air or not, but before I had my first band, I was putting a band together, but they weren't playing yet. My brother had a band before me, my older brother, and his band did open mic nights. I wasn't old enough to get into a bar, but I looked old enough to get in the bar, and I used to get in the bar. And I remember they wanted to humiliate me because they tried to get me to sing with them. Well,
I think you did say this one time on the air.
If someone's putting up or shutting up, if you shut up, then you just confirmed everything they said, and then I would look bad. So I had to put up. So I put up, and my first live performance was in front of a lot of people who I didn't know, and I did it anyway, and I had no idea what I was doing, didn't have ever performed in front of a lot of people, and there were a lot of people that first night, and I had to pretend I knew what I was doing, and I got up there and I did it, and when I was done I was like, I made it, and everybody would come up and say, oh, you did a good job, and I'm like, oh, good. And then I felt better about the next time. I did it with that. I did it with the wrestling. When I first went out in wrestling, I didn't know what I was doing. but I did it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I worked with Rob Noxus for quite a while before I did anything, and he wanted me to be a bad guy. I didn't want to be a bad guy. I said, no, I don't want to be a bad guy, and that's we got in
now
fights.
you live for it.
We got in fights over that. He said, I want you to be a bad guy. I don't want to be a bad guy. I said, well, come on, I'm a fat guy. Last thing that's going to happen is me being a bad guy, because then I'll go up there and they'll be like, fatty, and I'm like, I already know I'm fat. And then they'd say something about my hair, and then I don't want to deal with that. And I said, I want people to love me. And then when Rob and I went our separate ways, went to Rambo, and the first thing he does is he makes me a bad guy.
See?
And I said, inside, no, not a bad guy. I hated the bad guys. And everybody likes bad guys when they want to get in this business. They always want to be a bad guy.
Just remember, when you're good, but when you're bad, you're even better.
And then when I did the bad guy thing, I thought, well, that's pretty good. I can handle that. And then as it went on, I had to find my character.
Right.
And as I found my character, then it all came in. Then the rest is history.
See, and now you love being a bad guy, because I remember how many times we were on the road, you'd be like, I don't want to be a face. I want to be a heel. I'm a heel.
Well, there wasn't much facing from that point on. There were a couple times here and there, but one time in New York, I was a face with Cage, who's the guy that was the fitness guy that was with WWE?
Buff Bagwell?
No, not Buff Bagwell. Oh, I got something. Yeah.
Shane Douglas?
No. We're talking about the trainer guy in WWE. He played a trainer guy.
Oh.
But anyway, he was at the show, and he was making fun of the audience members, and I was one of the audience members, and he was saying, "Look at you, you're like, fat guy and all that stuff." And I turned a heel promo in
Shane,
on him. No, it wasn't Shane. It was
Simon Diamond.
Not Simon Diamond. Simon.
I just remember Simon.
Yeah, it was Simon. It wasn't Simon Diamond. Simon Diamond's
says.
cool. He used I don't remember what his name was, but he anyway, that I did a thing with him, and he was obnoxious in the back, and he was flirting with all the girls and trying to get the girls to sleep with him, and wouldn't give us the time of day. I couldn't remember. No, that's not him either. But he was obnoxious to all of us, and one of the things I got to do, I got to hit him with my clipboard, and I hit him.
I remember.
I hit him.
I remember that show.
I hit him hard. I made sure that he knew who I was from that day on. So, and he was obnoxious to everybody unless you were female. So, but it was cool. Simon Dean? Not Simon Diamond. Simon Diamond was ECW.
No. I'm looking at the name. Okay, so let me try this.
Try Dean.
That's what I'm doing.
That might be him. That's him.
Yeah, Simon
that's him.
Dean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was obnoxious. He was a real obnoxious guy. So.
Yeah, I remember that show.
It was a fun show. He did not. Yes, I think he did come out with Sonny.
At one point.
Can you take care of the show for?
Oh yeah, I think I can do that.
Yeah, you can tell some stories for a sec.
You didn't leave much time, but that's okay.
That's good. That's better. Oh, I do have one thing. Oh, yeah. Remind me to tell you about coming home.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Well, I guess we can do some of our stories that we had.
I don't know. I gotta remember what I did with all mine.
Oh, I know where mine are, but I can say that this week, on Saturday, I believe it was Saturday. Was it Saturday? Anyways, we had our food safety audit at work. And just to make sure that everything's up to what it's supposed to be and everything like that. And when we do that, all our dishwashing and our prep has to stop, and I was on prep. We passed with a 92%, but just barely.
Ugh.
We had 2 criticals, and if we have 3 criticals, we fail. So what I found out today, though, or not today, yesterday, is that my GM and regional manager is going to do a surprise audit of themselves.
Okay.
To make sure that we're getting up to fixing what our problem was, what the issue was, and to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
So, you know how Mike's always looking for very weird stories?
Uh-huh.
I sent him this one,
Okay.
and I was really surprised, that he didn't come back with something smart about it.
Okay.
Which one? Go ahead. Continue.
You're in the way.
Continue.
Well, one of the ones I sent him was a morgue assistant uses testicles from the corpses to help win the annual spaghetti cook-off.
I got it. I can bring it up.
That gives a whole new meaning to spaghetti and meatballs. I saw that. Oh, no, I did was read the headline. I'm like, yep, that's going.
Okay. Sorry about that. I just had an emergency. Someone called me out to the...
Boardroom?
Yeah, that's it. I was being reprimanded for using the F word too many times. What was it? What was the test? Let's see here.
So what happened on the way back? We've got 20 minutes.
Yes, we do. Did you want to finish your story?
Nope.
Well, you started it.
Yeah, you
I
started
just
it.
said it was weird. That
is a weird one. I can tell you that that would have been...
that goes for the weirdest one you've been sent.
It's in the top. I would think that it would be kind of illegal to do that to a human.
I would think
mean, if it
so,
was a bull's
too.
testicles, that'd be one thing. But
Because I would just... Oh, now I'm getting shivers.
okay. This is a really weird story. Speaking of which, speaking of weird... So on the way back... the first place I had to charge was in Atlanta, or not. It was just outside of Atlanta. It was still in Georgia, and I went to park there, and I thought I'd grab me some food because they kept me a lot longer. They kept me 2 hours longer than they should have because
Right.
I started my shoot at 11:30. I was probably done by 1, and I was waiting in line to get checked out. They had to copy my pictures over to their drive and stuff because we had to keep our pictures, and they
Right.
get a copy of the pictures, and they kept getting longer and longer, drawn out. So I guess since we did this, I can take this off here now because we're not going to do any testicle things, but it's kind of like that. So the first place when I charge at, I thought I can get food. I'll park the car, get food, and come back. And
That's what you normally do.
I mean, yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Well, it just so happens it was in a mall again, and I'm like, there's no food places here. There's no food place, and it was stretched out. It was one of those malls that is not a mall, but a strip mall. But it's stretched out all over, and there's no places near me. I didn't know where the closest one. I could just walk until I found a place, so I figured I'll stay in my car. So I'm sitting in there, and I'm thinking, like the other day, I needed to go, and it was because I figured I could go to the place, get something to eat, and go and use their bathroom too. But I'm looking around, and I'm seeing no places that I could do that at, and I'm at a charge station where every bay was taken. So I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do? Should I say what I really did, or should I say what?
You should say what you really
Should I
did.
manufacture the story? Well,
You probably said, "Oh shit."
well,
Did it? Oh,
not
shit.
that,
Oh, sorry.
no, that wasn't the part.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't oh shit.
Yeah, it was
that,
getting,
oh, shit.
it was really bad. I happened to have a cup in my car, and I filled the cup up. I was thinking to myself, if a cop came by, he would want to know what beer I was drinking. But anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, so I got the cup, and the charge ended, and I'm thinking, what do I do with the cup now? There's no place to throw it away. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to nonchalantly get out and unplug the car and dump the stuff in the grass. That would be the best way to do it. So I get out of the car, and I'm wearing these shorts that I have on, and I get out of the car, and my pants fell down.
Oh my goodness.
Don't laugh. It's not funny, okay? Every one of you, it is not funny. I was wearing underwear, though, and I was wearing my Oscar the Grouch. I was wearing my Oscar the Grouch underwear, which...
I hope you were.
My Oscar the Grouch underwear. So that was real mature of a something...
Adult male?
Male, yes. Wearing his Oscar the Grouch underwear. And I was freaking out. I was like, pulled him up real quick, and I thought, now I'm really embarrassed, because if anybody saw that, they're going to see, not only that, they're going to see what I'm going to do with this cup. I've never seen Ashley this red.
I have.
It's kind of like a fire truck red.
Shut up.
Yes, I was. I just.
We have great pickles at work.
Do you have hot dogs?
Shut
We have
up.
hot dogs too. Yeah, they had a couple hot dogs.
Are they Oscar Mayer hot dogs?
No, they're not Oscar Mayer hot dogs.
Now I can't
They're
hear them.
ballpark Franks.
What do you mean you can't hear us?
Oh.
We have microphones.
Damn.
Yeah. I was wondering how that was working. What'd you do? Turn yourself down? Oh no, you didn't. I have it right here. Here, you need me to turn it up a little bit.
No.
But anyway, so I
Hey, at
just
least we're making her giggle.
I just nonchalantly lifted my pants up and thought. I looked around to see if I saw anybody. The person was in the person in this car next to me was still in the car.
Oh.
But they were reclined and sleeping, I hope. So what I did was I quickly took the cup over to the grass, emptied it, and I quickly went back, unplugged the car, and got myself out of there. So I thought you would appreciate that. Oh, it was really bad. Then I'm driving along. Actually, on the way down. No, on the way. I think it may have been on the way back. On the way back, we got stuck in a traffic jam again. Oh, okay. So here's another story. We got Tina. She's covering her eyes with the Oscar Mayer wieners. Oh, she's covering her eyes with the Oscar Mayer wieners. That sounds good. So on the way back, it wasn't too bad of traffic. Well, it was bad on the way out because of Atlanta itself is really busy. So,
Right, I remember that.
No, you don't. It was really busy. It was really.
I remember when it was awful.
But it was worse than that because I was leaving at 4.
Right.
So, like I said, if I had left 2 hours earlier, it would have been better. Like I should have left. So, anyway, on the way back, everything was going well, and it was going too well. There were a couple places where there was bad traffic, but ran across another accident with another body. Only this one was on a stretcher being put in an ambulance, and it was like a 10-car pileup. Again, there was like massive amounts of rain, then none.
Wow.
Then massive amounts of rain, then none. And anyway, I drove, and everything was going well, and I thought everything's okay. I got off the exit like I was supposed to, and I was getting ready to get on the next highway, except the highway was blocked.
Uh-oh.
They had a police car right there, and they had it. You couldn't get on the entrance.
They were looking for you because of what you dumped in the grass.
Maybe. So I'm thinking, well, that's not going to work. So now, how do I get to my next destination? Because I don't know how to get on the highway that I'm supposed to be on to get to where I'm at.
Well, you have a car with a computer.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that. It kept telling me to turn around and get on the highway. So I'm following a bunch of cars that seem to know where they're going, and then eventually they got to a point where everybody turned right, but my GPS had remapped then and said to go straight. I'm thinking, well, do I listen to GPS or do I listen to them? But I don't know where they're going. Were they going to get on the highway, or were they planning on going that way all along? There was like 6 cars that followed that one car. It could be the one car wasn't going to get on the highway, and 5 of them behind decided, well, he must know where he's going. So I decided to follow the GPS, and I did. And for a while, I was like, I should have followed them. I should have followed them. And as I go a little further, I'm thinking, I hope I did the right thing. And then I finally saw a highway, and it actually took me onto the right highway. So in the grand scheme of things, it worked out real well. And then I'm going a little further. Let's see here. And everything was going, seemed to be fairly well. And now it's getting later in the night, and I'm starting to lose consciousness. And I'm thinking, this is not good. So I'm starting to do all the things you do, drumming on the steering wheel, singing, watching TV. Like I watched SummerSlam on the way back. I totally saw SummerSlam because I figured I got 16 hours. There's got to be a lot of TV I can watch. I watched SummerSlam. I watched Better Call Saul. I watched. I didn't watch American Ninja Warrior. What was it? I watched all kinds of things on the way back, and like we're talking, it's starting to get dark now. So I'm starting to fade in the sunset because I lost a lot of sleep this weekend.
Right.
Actually, from Tuesday on, actually, because I left early Wednesday, and I'm thinking, I can't stay awake. I really can't stay awake. So I tried to figure out the best way to do this, because we're in Virginia now.
Virginia's a long state.
But it's a long state. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have to find a charge station earlier than I was supposed to. And because I got to take a nap or something. So I found one, and I got off the exit, and I decided I was going to waste some of the energy because I want to get there faster because I didn't know where I was going. And then I thought, now I'm going to have to find a different remap myself. And I found a station that was that made sense.
Okay.
And so I'm on my way.
Did it make dollars?
No, not in. If it was gas, it would be dollars.
It would have been dollars.
But this is electric, so it's.
Okay,
but anyway,
sense. Okay.
But anyway, I get off this exit and I follow the road, and it's like get off the exit, and you're on another road, another highway, and then get off the exit. I'm thinking, boy, this is a lot longer away than I thought it would be. I hope I can get back there, and then I keep forgetting I have GPS to tell me that. Anyway, I get to the place, and I'm like, okay, here's for those of you that don't know, most of the charging stations, not all, most of the charging stations are in convenience stores because they use it to bring people in, and they get money off of them. And so I went to the convenience store. There's no charging station.
Oh, no.
And next door was another store place, and I thought maybe it's over there. No charging station. Okay, well, it says you've arrived at your destination, so it's got to be around there somewhere. And I'm looking around saying, okay, if it's not here, I'm in trouble because I was down to like 14 miles.
Here we go again.
And I started getting that feeling that I haven't had for a long time, because on the way down, it was pretty accurate of where everything was. But this time, it's the middle of the night, and I can't find my charging station. So I thought, okay, the last place I got to check, because I don't know what else to do, is let's go behind the gas station. There's a little hotel.
Around back.
A little hotel back there. That's where it was. And it was a supercharger, so I was happy. So I'm parking in the supercharger station, and I plug in, and I get in the car, and I just lean back a little bit, and I put it in tilt, and there was so much humidity, everything was like fogged up. And I'm laying there and I'm thinking, what time am I going to get home? Okay, I thought, okay, maybe okay, so it'll take about 25 minutes. I'll just kind of lay here with my eyes closed for 25 minutes.
How many hours later did you wake up?
I don't know. don't know. It was a while because my car was fully charged. I woke up and it was like, I usually don't charge it when you take trips, you usually charge it for a 3-hour span each time because you want to take breaks and stuff. And it's quicker to do that. And with the new car, it's going to be a lot quicker. By the way, I'll tell you about that next. But with the new car, it'll be a lot quicker. But all I know is I woke up and I thought, where am I at? first, where am I at? And then the next thing I'm thinking, because usually I take meds to sleep because I can't sleep. I didn't take any meds, and I was solidly out whatever time I was out, and I don't even remember what time I went to sleep. I just know that I was out, and I looked at the time that I'm supposed to be home, and it went from whatever time it was to 8 o'clock, and I thought, I was out for a while. And plus it doesn't charge to 100% because it slows down at the end, so you don't overcharge the battery. Like it speeds up when you're out of but it's
at the beginning.
So I'm laying there and I'm thinking, I don't know what time I woke up, and I was really disoriented because I was still in my car and I couldn't think. I had to think, why am I in my car yet? And so I get back in the car and I go and unplug and I try to get myself rolling again, and I was awake enough to be the rest of the way, but I mean I was actually literally passing out while I was driving, and it's good I have autopilot or I would have been dead, because I just my autopilot saved my life because I truly was that tired, because I was
have a chauffeur.
Sometimes.
I have a chauffeur
Sometimes.
Do you? Well, I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
I used to have one back in the day, but I had to give her up because I wasn't doing wrestling anymore and didn't have a need for her. But
she'll have a chauffeur before we go home.
We used to do a lot of driving. We would share the driving, because even if Cage was in the car, he wouldn't drive.
Nope.
So we were stuck with all the driving. And when we went to Atlanta, that was really rough because it took us longer, because the car that we were driving, we had a luggage bag on the top. That was before they're regular now. I see them all the time now, but the bag kept slipping. And so we couldn't go the speed limit sometimes, and so it took us a long time to get there. But
I just remembered the Indiana trip out and back in 24 hours.
Yeah, that was a lot of driving. What was I gonna? There was another. Oh, the new car. The new car will get 360 miles to the charge. The old car gets, the best it would do would be 280, but it's down to 260 now because of stupidity. The new car has been moved up to October, which is exciting. I wish I would have had it for this, because this would have been awesome to go down there on this car. But, that's okay. There will be other trips. And kind of fun because never should follow a stranger. It can end up dangerous.
That's
can
true.
end up like Crystal Lake. What's that mean?
The horror movie where...
Is that Jason?
I think so.
Well, the thing about my car is, with the autopilot. Now, I don't have full self-driving. I only have autopilot. The autopilot is cool. It will maintain a distance, but it will also brake for you, so you won't be in an accident. If something had happened and if I fell asleep, I would still stop at the right time, because it's good at that stopping, and it would wake me up really. And also, it will pass people automatically, and it will, if you're supposed to get off exit 3 and you're asleep, the car will get off at exit 3. So
but don't you have to keep touching the wheel every so often?
Yes, and if you don't, it'll go and real loud, and it'll stop. It'll pull you over so that you're not in an accident.
And that's kind of why it does that.
Yes.
If you are falling asleep or becoming hypnotized.
The new car is going to have full self-driving, which means I can even go in the city and drive, or let the car drive. And it also gets better range on the car, which I'm excited about. And it's kind of cool because I think I could make it to the beach and back on one charge. Nice. Now, if my other new car that I'm supposed to get, the Aptera, would get 1,000 miles to the charge. Now that means I could drive from home to Atlanta on one charge.
Wow.
That would be cool. And I definitely would like that. So, but that's only a 2-seater. So, but that would be okay for my trips, because then Sorry, Martha. I'd have to go by myself. You know, the one song that kind of reminds me of what we went through the George Thorogood. You talk too much. I can't hear a thing that you say. If you keep on talking, you drive me away. She, let me tell you about Marcia. She is the first girl that I started chatting with because we were in the improv group at the same time, and I'm watching her. I watched all the people that were, and I thought, wow, she's pretty good at this. She's pretty good at this improv. And she was in there. I missed the first week, but she was pretty good at it. And I think she's actually a pretty good actress overall. And except she can't do an accent. But I can't do a British accent either.
I don't know.
Would you like a spot of tea?
Yeah,
No, that's Scottish.
Yeah, that's Scottish.
Irish.
I don't know what that was. That's not Scottish either. But she,
I don't know what you're saying.
what was that?
I have no fucking clue.
It sounds like a drunk.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't do accents. But there is a site. We had the Tony the Tiger guy on.
Yeah.
The guy that did Tony the Tiger. He's done a lot of stuff, a lot of voiceovers and cartoons and stuff. And he gave us a site that he goes to fix his. Now he does accents almost naturally because he's been doing it for so long. But he gave us a site that we can learn accents from.
Oh, wow.
And it's really cool. But anyway. I saw how good of an actress she was, and I thought maybe I can learn some stuff from her. So I would start talking to her. When I first talked to her, she was like very standoffish, and but we started, talking back and forth and stuff, and comparing notes. And it's good we were comparing notes. There's lots of things that we found out that
We're different?
yeah. That were offered to us at certain times, and so we compare notes a lot now. And now that we have the bigger group, we do that all together.
Nice.
We're starting to get smart about, this person was offered this. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. She and I paid extra for this, the headshots, and extra for this script reading thing.
Right.
Luis didn't pay anything for the.
Oh.
See, here's the problem. We were the only two that took advantage of it. They needed a third person. So they grabbed another person from Inner Circle and gave it to him for free.
Wow.
Well, this is something we needed to know. So we started keeping track of that stuff. It shouldn't be one guy getting it for free
Right.
if two people are paying for it. So, and they do it all the time. They'll start saying, we have limited spaces. Like they said to me, you're going to LA, so we're going to give you a free ticket for Bill Walsh's thing. He's going to have another speaking engagement out in Vegas. We're going to LA, and they gave us a free ticket for Vegas. Well, that's cool, except that it's Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I can't do it because I'm doing a show Tuesday. It's
Right.
December 14th. If it was the next week, I would probably do it because we probably won't have a show the next week because of Christmas. But they were talking to me. They were trying to get me to get it. And they said, if you get this ticket, we're going to give you a 2-look photo shoot for $500, which is a good deal because these professional photographers are very expensive. And I wouldn't mind that, but again, to get out of here, get on a flight, get out there for Wednesday night for the
Right.
flight so I could listen to this guy talk, and then the next day have to do a photo shoot, that's a lot of running, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't need an extra photo shoot that bad, because I'll be just leaving the photo shoot that's in L.A., October, what?
I don't know. The board keeps on.
Oh. Yeah,
That
that's for the ceiling tile. But anyway, so I told him I wasn't interested in it. And she goes, "Come on, you take that." And I said, "No, I'm not." Well, there's only like a couple slots left. And I said, "Okay, we'll give it to somebody else." Well, you know what?
You got it.
Let's see. Here it is. This is it. Even after I told them I didn't want it, and I still don't want it, they gave me a ticket. This is worth $3,000. This ticket. This guy is not a cheap person to get tickets for, and that was something they gave me, and I'm like, why'd you give it to me? I'm not going to go. I'm not interested in going. I like Bill Walsh. He's a nice guy, but there's things that I got to take care of it. I got to make sure that my side, I'm not going to sacrifice that. Well, just cancel the show that week. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And then,
See, if I knew how to run the show, I could be running the show.
like I said, I didn't want to give up the show that week.
Right, exactly. There you go.
You have plenty of stories here.
Yeah.
But no, I just think that it's there's some things that my priorities are that I need to do this on a regular basis. It keeps my sanity for one thing, because I feel like it grounds me a little bit and it lets me feel good about myself. And not that I don't feel good about myself going to these things, but you gotta maintain
This is back to your roots.
and a consistency. That's important to me. So I said no, I'm not going to do it, and they still gave me a ticket. But there's something else that they started doing that is a good idea that I'm still not going to participate in. They decided, well, I might participate in it some, but I'm not going to actively participate in it. So to be a inner circle, there's a fee for that, and to be the level I am, there's a big fee for that.
Right.
So there's several levels, but I'm at the top of the level, which is another reason why everyone thinks that I'm probably a leader, because
Right.
I'm in inner circle platinum.
Right.
Marsa's also platinum.
Okay.
We got a couple people that are inner circle, but they're not platinum. In fact, I don't know if the other people that were standing up on the stage were platinum or not. Anyway, let's say, for instance, you wanted to be an actor, and you didn't know how to get started, and didn't know whether or not this VIP was real. And actually, you saw the post that I made.
Mm-hmm.
The post that I made was a person saying, "Is it real? And do you do this or that, or how do you?"
Right.
And I responded. I had no obligation to do that. I just saw it and I said, well, I'm going to just respond to it, because I was thinking, fresh in my head was the two people in Atlanta that thought they were going to be a star overnight.
Right.
That's what that post was about.
Okay.
That was not one of those people, but because it was fresh in my mind, I thought I'd explain to people the show business model. You can't just walk in and become a star. It doesn't matter. You don't walk in and be a brain surgeon just because you want to be a brain surgeon. You got to get trained. And you can make more money with entertainment than brain surgery for less of an investment. Okay? And both of them are self-employed.
Right.
Both of them make a lot of money, but one of them is probably more fun. And but they both require a lot of work, and so that's what I basically was trying to explain to them. Yes, this is real, but that's really not the question you should be asking yourself. The question you should be asking yourself is, how committed are you to doing this? You're not going to walk in and just become an actor and that's it. You don't become Sandra Bullock just because you wanted to be an actor. You became Sandra Bullock because you're willing to do the work and you're willing to invest in yourself. This is a self-employed business. You're investing in your craft. If you're a guitar player, you don't walk in and say, I'm a guitar player, and give them a guitar and they start playing. They have years and years behind them in playing guitar before they become a good guitar player. And I tried to explain that, what it was, but I did offer them a free chance to go see one of the events, and I can offer that to anyone. I have as many tickets as I need. You get a chance to see what it's all about, and you can learn whether or not you'd want to be into that. That's what that was a smart move. That was something pretty smart, because who better than if my friends wanted to be an actor?
Right.
Well, you can be an actor. Here's your ticket. Let's go to wherever the event is. You have to pay for your own transportation. You have to pay for your own lodging. But these events cost each person probably around $3,000 to go to. And you can experience it firsthand, see what people are doing and what it's all about, and then you can make a determination, is it real or is it not? Well, I guarantee you it's real. And something that they're going to do, and they're going to start doing, they have their own management company called Truth Management. But they're right now a mother agency. They can use that to help us find another agency to be with, but they're going to do it better.
Now, there is one name that you have not said, which I'm surprised.
I think I know the name. Do I know the name?
Let's try you first.
Mm-hmm.
Allie Grant.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
She broke your heart,
she
didn't
did.
she?
My heart's broken.
Aww.
I'll explain later. I'll explain off air. No, she did not break my heart, but the situation did. But the thing is, it comes down to what is your commitment and how hard are you willing to work. I could go, a lot of these people, like for instance, they got to learn to listen. Like Allie Grant, her mentoring, she said, I want you to do a script that is like you're talking to someone, and we're not here. We don't see you. You don't see us, but you got to be talking to that person. A monologue that you're talking. Remember, we did that because you guys did that and you did that, and I stole your script and I'm going to use your script.
The frustrated genie.
I think that's a funny one. I wish I would have learned that for my thing. But anyway, everybody was talking to the audience instead of talking to that person, except me. I was the only one that got it. So, how much are you committed to learning this? You have to listen to what they have to say, because if you're given a direction from a director and you can't do it, you're not going to win. You're not going to... Like, I'm doing this audition on Saturday in Philadelphia. I got to listen to what they're going to say. I'm going to go in there prepared. You can only do so much if you're doing something. I don't know what they're going to ask me, but I'm going to have a monologue ready, and I'm going to do something they didn't ask me for. I'm going to wear my ref shirt.
Oh no!
Because my job. They want me to audition for a referee for a rap battle. I don't know what that means, but that's my interpretation of that. Is I should wear a ref shirt. So you got to be creative, but you also got to listen to what they're asking you. I've seen people go into Fanero's thing, and they ask. Fanero said, "I want a script of you talking to me or talking to someone, and not." You're supposed to be a monologue. You're talking to a group of people or something. It's supposed to be a monologue. And then this one person wrote their own script, and they wrote both parts of two people talking, and they were talking both parts. That's not what he said. He said a monologue. That's one person, one script, had it in a one direction. And a couple people did that, not just one person. Again, how committed are you? How well can you listen? Because if you can't take direction, you shouldn't be in this business, because there's directors.
Right.
I think that's one of the big things with me when somebody says to me, what about, when I get a review at a job or something like that, every single time it always comes up that he listens well.
And that's the thing.
He takes directions very well.
Because if you don't listen well, this is not the business for you.
Except when she gives me directions. Okay, no. No, I know it's true though. Every time I've gotten a review, that is one of the things they've always said, that he listens very well and he takes directions very well.
Well, again,
but
they're starting.
It's different on that level because.
Well, yeah.
Like he said, everybody's different, and you're right. I mean, the way things happen, you just kind of have to use your own interpretation.
Right.
Well, everybody tries to be a leader, and you can't be the leader. And it's like, that's what I always say to people when I'm at work. If you know a better way of doing it than me, tell me, and I will do it that way. I don't care if the person's 16 years old or they're 52 years old.
Why 52? What about 60? What if he's 71?
I don't care if they're 71.
What if he's 14?
If they're 14, I've actually listened to people that are that age, and because they had a better way of doing it, and I was like, okay.
No, but I like what they're doing. I like the idea that if you, let's say for instance, you took a ticket from me, went to this thing, and decided you wanted to do it, they're going to pay me. Mm-hmm. I like the idea of them paying me for a change.
Yeah.
So that was a smart move, because that's how the best way to get people is by word of mouth. And if you have friends, lots of friends, and they're saying, wow, I wish I could, if you have friends that say, boy, I wish I could do that, hey, here's a ticket. Go see if you want to do that. So that's the best way you can get people is by that. Because a lot of people, like you guys, have no idea what it's like to go to one of these things. You hear me talk about it. You may
It would
say
be interesting to go and see what happens, and just like be in the background.
but you have to be aware that they're going to try to get you to sign up,
right,
and they want you to be platinum
Yeah.
because that's where they make their money.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's one of the ways they make the money. But the thing is, that shows that you're committed to your craft because
Yeah.
you're willing to
Yeah.
part with the cash.
And the thing of it is, I always, in high school, I took 2 years of photography, and I loved it, and I never pursued it in high school, and I should have, because that was something that I always liked. You know, it's actually, because I actually I was the manager of the girls' basketball team, and I said to the girls, a couple of them, I said, do you mind if I have to do headshots, or like you were doing, shots? And they were going, yeah, sure. And I don't know if I still have them, but they came out pretty good. They came out, it was on an old camera that actually you saw in the lens, it looked upside down. So it was one of those old camera lenses and everything. Yeah, it was funny, yeah.
Maybe you had the
But-
camera upside down.
Well, I know, that's
Probably
what I'm saying.
did.
It probably was, but yeah. But it was fun. It was, and I enjoyed it. I mean, it's just something I probably should have pursued, but
I don't know. But anyway, that's really the gist of the whole thing. If
Well, I'm glad it was fun for you. It was
Oh.
definitely interesting.
So where did I? Oh, I may not have. Did I? I don't know if I finished that. Yeah, let's just say that this was an eye-opening thing. I've had an aha moment with the posing. I've met some people that want to be friends with me, and
well, isn't that all what it's all about?
no,
Oh.
it's about money. It's about getting
Well-
to be in the acting industry, but maybe it is about that, and I just didn't know it. The thing is.
Could be, yeah.
The thing is, I have a whole different outlook on the business now than I did before because I have people that are my that's where I was going. I have a tribe now that in this industry, and we're all going down this path the same time, and hopefully one of us will make it. And if none of us make it, I'm in the unique position. We all of us that were lined up there, the 10 of us or 11
You
of
were
us.
the rooster in the hen house.
Well, no, the 10 of us that were lined up there for speaking, we were called on the carpet to talk, and we
Oh,
each.
like you don't do that.
Well, but I don't usually share my personal life.
Well, I know that.
But Tina cried, and then I had to go too after her, and then I went and told my story, and I ended up crying a little bit. And but the thing is, I feel safe. You got to be in a safe space. I feel like these people do respect me. When I walked the runway, people were cheering because for me, I'm the only guy that got cheered. Okay, because they all feel that I'm.
You're stepping out of your comfort
I
zone.
don't think it's that. I think they feel, again, it's that leader thing.
Mhm.
I think there's something that maybe it's because I'm older than them. Maybe it's maybe the image I'm portraying. Well, and like one of the. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm keeping you this long. So when I met with
It's
Marjo,
okay. Only one of us has to get up early in the morning.
okay,
Well, I have to.
I met with Marja this weekend. We're just passing friends, but she was one of the speakers way back, and she talked about being on top of the pole and stuff, and being free and all that, and she didn't like heights and all that. She told me the story about she wanted to befriend somebody. She wanted to go up and talk to him, and she was kind of like nervous to do that. And she said that when she finally did break down and do that, the person said the same thing about her. And I said, that's funny. She said, what's that? I said, well, when I tried to friend you on Facebook, I was thinking to myself, is she going to friend me or not? Or is she going to not friend me? Because she doesn't know me. Other than on that Zoom. And would she remember me? She finished on there. Well, she was one of the people I talked to at that dinner, that expensive dinner. And I talk to her every time I get a chance to because she's a really interesting person. She lives in Germany. She's from New York. She floats between the two, and she just has had a really cool life. She was in the Army. She was in the Air Force.
Wow.
She does motivational speaking, and she's part of the group of. But anyway, it's just kind of cool that. So she said, she said, "Really? You were afraid to ask me?" I said, "Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to accept or not." Well, one of the girls in my group, I'll bring her up here again. I never spoke to her even one time. This girl back here, Maggie, I didn't even remember her name. I saw her on one of the Zooms, and I thought, oh, she's kind of cool. I'd like to friend her, but I think I even had her friended, but I never spoke to her. We never spoke. And I said to her, you know, I was surprised that you were willing to be in this group of girls with me. And I said, I was even afraid to ask for a friend request. She goes, I was too. And I'm like, really? You? You're gorgeous. Why would you be afraid to ask anybody for anything? She said, I was intimidated by you. I said, you were intimidated by me? I was intimidated by you. Isn't it weird when you think about it? How many times has that happened? That you think, that person will never friend me.
Exactly.
And they do. She may have actually asked me for a friendship instead of me asking for hers, because I don't.
I'm sure she said the same thing about me.
She does now, especially.
It's deceiving, I'm telling you.
Why would I friend him? Okay.
She's asking that question every day.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, and twice on Sundays.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm going to wrap this show up. I hope everybody enjoyed my rambling.
I did.
Before we get off the air, I do want to wish Trish a happy birthday on Sunday, and we'll celebrate it next week.
Is her birthday really Sunday, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
No.
Yeah.
You going to be 25 again?
Yes.
No.
With 20-some years of
plus
experience?
shipping and handling.
shipping and handling. Okay, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
I think I stole your line one time.
We'll have cake and ice cream.
I stole your line that said 25 with how many years of experience. I stole that from you.
One of my coworkers a long time ago had 27 stop on his license plate, and I was like, 27 stop, what does that mean? He said he stopped counting after 27.
I stopped after 21.
Yeah.
I like
So
the
he
21
was
and
always
holding.
27 years old. Someone asked him, he was 27 years old.
Or in this case, it's 25 plus shipping and handling.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So.
Anyway, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the story time.
It was something different.
It was definitely different. My week was different. There's much more than all of that I told you, and I told you a lot because I spoke pretty much 3 hours with a short.
But you still didn't tell me when you got home like I asked you to. It's all right.
Okay. So when I got home, I went to bed. So I unloaded the car, and I do think we had heat stroke because I was so tired, and I laid down and I slept for a couple hours, and I was all foggy all day. Today I was even foggy, and I just think that I feel a little better. But last night I went to sleep and I had no sleeping meds whatsoever, and was out that quickly and slept the whole night.
You drank some Gatorade or something. Some energy refresher.
It's weird because I always have to have something to sleep. I can't sleep. I take Tylenol PM, and then I take one of those gel things once in a while, and I take one of the marijuana pills. They put me to sleep. Usually I take the 2 Tylenol and the marijuana pill, and it puts me out. But I didn't take anything last night. I hit the bed, and if I don't take anything, I'm up all night because I'll sleep an hour and I'll be up.
Like me the other
That's
night.
how I am. I
I
have
was
to take medicine to sleep.
out.
I take 2 Tylenol PM, 10 milligrams of melatonin. I used to take something else, which I need to start getting back into that. But and then sometimes even at that, I'll take a muscle relaxer.
I was just like totally out of it. I couldn't believe I've never slept that soundly without anything. So anyway, speaking of which, time for you all to go to bed, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and like I said, see you next week.